So with your process of like getting beats made or whole songs, projects in general, would you say that you have kind of a perfectionist mindset? How do you approach things? I think this is kind of a general thoughts on productivity, motivation, perfectionism, and flow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have a perfectionist. I like, but kind of. So it's like I want to perfect the idea. As long as I feel like the idea is communicated like as best as possible. Like, you know, if some shit's not mixed right, or like, you know, I slur my words a little bit when I'm like rapping, or like if somebody else has like a, you know, below, you know, perfect take on a joint, I'm not really too concerned about that. It's more the idea. As long as like, you know, I can present that to somebody and they get the idea, then I'm straight.
Right.
Because like with the last couple projects I put out, like the Owl Tapes and the Mistrial of Robin Domes or whatever, like those, I made those like on a time crunch, just to make sure I got it done. Like the first one, like Owl Tapes, I made that in 2 weeks, and I made the album cover first and announced the date. I was like, that, because that was the only way. I was like, if I can get it done, that'd be cool. Like, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna make the album art, and then I put it out, and I was like, yo, it's gonna come out then, and then I started making the music.
Yeah,
and it was like, you know, not the greatest mixes on there.
Right.
But you can always go back and change them, dude.
Yeah. Well, I really had, so like right when the pandemic started, I pumped out 2 albums very quickly.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
that shit was
like,
crazy. I was like, God damn. And you had the videos too.
Yeah. Coronavirus was only 7 tracks, but I made it in the first week of lockdown. And then I took maybe a week break, and then I made 14-track the Bad Boy album in like the following 3 weeks. So in like 1 month, 2 albums, 21 songs total. Bad side of this, though, I mean, it was really an incredible state of flow that like just invaded me, and I couldn't.
Yeah,
I seem to not really be able to repeat quite like that. But the downside was right when I was finishing the last few tracks, like mastering them on Bad Boy. I noticed a ringing in my ears because I was blaring the music in these headphones for like 12 hours every day for 3 weeks straight.
Oh yeah, you gotta take breaks.
And
dog.
I like pulled it off, and I was like, loud tinnitus developed. Have you developed any sort of?
No.
You know,
I take breaks like both because it's like I've read that it's like, you know, even like the biggest mastering engineers, they do it like an hour or 2 at most.
Really?
Oh yeah, they don't go hard like that.
Damn.
Especially with headphones. Maybe like if they're like mixing in the studio, maybe like a little bit longer. But even still, like they recommend like take breaks, take breaks. And I just don't like it. The mixing process is so fucking tedious. Sometimes it's fun, like if it's like, you know, if I like just made the song, you know what I mean, and I'm mixing it, like that energy's still there.
Yeah.
Like that's fun. But then like the going back is like, fuck this. I just wanted to be done.
Yeah.
That's why I wish somebody mastered my shit. But
but so I totally feel like like that's a good practice to do it a few hours at a time, and it but I feel like one, to protect your ears, and also two, you reach this point in messing around with the music, no matter what part of it you're doing, where like you're kind of numb to it. You're not feeling it. It's all just technical at a certain point, and then it even starts to sound cacophonous, and you start to kind of like hate hearing anything.
That's the other part. And it's like if you're doing that at a certain point, you're just, you know, going back and forth, and you don't know what's what. So you're like, your ears aren't as fresh, so you don't even know what you're doing. You're like, you know, tweaking fucking the lows on some shit, and you're just not making any progress after a certain point, in my opinion. It's like, because I've done that, like where I've mixed stuff for like hours and hours and hours, and it's like, dude, I'm not even like fucking doing anything, you know. I like, you take a break, take it, you know, hit it the next day with fresh ears, and be like, okay, you know, try to like, you know, for me, just like I try to do it as least amount of time as possible, and make, you know,